Hey everybody, welcome back for another adventure. Today we are checking out the town of Seneca Falls, New York. It's still a cold January day, it's 28 or 30 degrees, but we're out exploring and hopefully you'll join us and come along for the ride. Welcome to Seneca Falls, New York. Located just east of Waterloo, Seneca Falls is nestled between Seneca and Cayuga Lakes and sits along the Cayuga-Seneca Canal. Considered to be the birthplace of women's rights, Seneca Falls offers some very unique history. Upon arriving at Seneca Falls, we came in on Fall Street, or Highway 5, and decided to drive around a little first to get the layout of the town and find parking. There are numerous parking options available around the village, and probably due to the time of year, we certainly didn't have a problem finding a spot. After parking the car, we decided to walk along the main street through town, which is also known as Fall Street, to check out some of the stores and shops. Fall Street is lined with various stores, shops, and restaurants. And unfortunately, we were visiting on a Thursday in January, which isn't really peak season. So needless to say, many of the places that we wanted to visit were closed. In this storefront, you'll see references to It's a Wonderful Life and Bedford Falls. And we'll explain that a little bit more coming up. We did come across the Seneca Museum of Waterways and Industry. The museum offers exhibits explaining some of the rich history of the village and the impact that the Cayuga-Seneca Canal had on the area.
Good, how are you?
Is there anything I can help you with? Do you need directions anywhere?
I don't know, we're the first time here, so we're just kind of looking around.
Yeah, feel free. I do have like a very simple map of the town that has the other museums in town. Let's see, so it's Thursday. So a lot of things are but if you guys are going to be back in town like tomorrow,
Okay.
The Women's Rights National Park will be open. We're here at number
Okay.
5. They'll be open. I think it's a Wonderful Life. No, they are closed today. Okay. They should be open though.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Women's Hall of Fame should be open over the week. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's the off season.
Yeah,
But if you want to take this map, feel free. We have plenty other brochures of stuff to do in the area, wineries, all that kind of stuff. We're also museums. We're a museum of art and industry, canals in the area, and then all the factories over here. There's 3 levels. This is the top level. Canals and sandwiching, Seneca Falls. Floor below us talks about all the industry, and then the very bottom is kind of under construction right now, but there's bathrooms if you guys need those.
Nice.
So
Cool.
yeah.
The staff here was super helpful, telling us about the museum and also giving us some helpful lunch tips. There is no fee to enter the museum, and it is open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday. After leaving the museum, we decided to take one of the tips from the museum staff and visit El Baillo Mexican restaurant, which happens to be right across the street. We found the staff here was super friendly, and we really enjoyed the food there as well. After lunch, we continued down the east side of Fall Street towards the Trinity Episcopal Church and Suffrage Park. At the end of Fall Street, next to the Trinity Episcopal Church, you'll find Suffrage Park. Suffrage Park was dedicated in tribute to the film Not for Ourselves Alone by Ken Burns and Paul Barnes for bringing national focus to the birthplace of women's rights and for their artistic and cultural contributions to the community, state, and nation. The Trinity Episcopal Church, which sits next to the park, is a beautiful building and offers a nice backdrop to the frozen canal behind it and the park itself. After doing some walking, eating lunch, and visiting the park, it was time to find one of our two favorite things, which happened to be bakeries and breweries. And Sugar Mamas definitely checked the box for the bakery part. After getting a snack and warming up a little bit at the bakery, we decided to head back down Fall Street and check out the other shops and stores along the way. And once again, we found some really unique places that we really wanted to visit, but unfortunately, a lot of them were closed.
Chili.
If you cross Fall Street at State Street and hang a left, you'll find the Women's Rights National Historical Park and Visitor Center. The Women's Rights National Historical Park tells the story of the first Women's Rights Convention held in Seneca Falls on July 19th through the 20th, 1848. Here you can learn about the Declaration of Sentiments, which was presented at the convention, along with other exhibits, virtual tours, and other educational programs. And as we are finding with other things in town on this Thursday in January that we were visiting, unfortunately the historical park was closed. We'll go ahead and put a link down in the description though if you'd like more information about visiting the historical park and their hours of operation. From Fall Street, we decided to walk down South Walnut Street over to Bridge Street to see the It's a Wonderful Life bridge. In addition to being the birthplace of women's rights, Seneca Falls is also known for being the location of the movie It's a Wonderful Life, which actually in the movie the location was called Bedford Falls. Now, in full disclosure, I have yet to see the actual It's a Wonderful Life movie, however, we were definitely familiar with the name. This bridge was the backdrop to an iconic scene in the movie and has since been called It's a Wonderful Life Bridge. Regardless of the movie fame or not, it's a neat old bridge which offers some nice views of the frozen canal below. After standing on the bridge and freezing our toes off, we decided to head back towards the car and find some other unique locations around town. Located across the canal off East Bayard Street, you'll find the Ripples of Change Monument, which depicts 4 notable suffragists from the Seneca region: Laura Cornelius Kellogg, Harriet Tubman, Martha Coffin Wright, and Sojourner Truth. Right behind the Ripples of Change Monument, you'll find a nice view of the canal below and the backside of the Episcopal Church next to Suffrage Park across the canal. Across the street from the Ripples of Change Monument and just down the road a bit, you'll find the Menzo D. Case Memorial Bell Garden. These bells ring daily at 11 a.m. as a tribute to the Seneca Falls Convention and again at 5 p.m. At this point, it was time to find our second favorite thing. Well, maybe more Ken's and Cheryl's, which happens to be a brewery, which we just happened to scope out earlier in the day, the Fall Street Brewing Company. Alright, so it's cold out there. We decided to come in and get a drink at, where are we? Fall Street Brewing Company. I have a Winterberry cider by Warhorse.
Very good.
Very good. Very good. Highly recommend.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 on the cider. And Cheryl is drinking a hot chocolate. So, cheers to exploring new areas. The brewery offers a great place to come inside, warm up a little bit, grab a craft beer or a cider, They also offer non-alcoholic options such as coffee, hot chocolate, and even kombucha. It also offers food including wood-fired pizza, sandwiches, and salads. Fall Street Brewing Company is open Wednesday and Thursday 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., Thursday through Saturday 10 till 9, and Sunday 10 till 4. On our way out of town, we decided to hit our last stop in the Seneca Falls area, Souter's Country Store. Billed as your country store and a whole lot more. Here you'll find fresh produce, Dutch country baked goods, meats, cheeses, and a whole lot more. It's definitely worth a stop if you're going to be in the area. Well, that's going to do it for this trip. Thanks for coming along with us. We hope you liked our brief tour of Seneca Falls, New York. Before you leave, we would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button and consider subscribing to our channel if you like this type of content. Your support is certainly appreciated. Thanks again, and we look forward to seeing you on our next adventure.